Hello everyone, how are you? Lives interrupted. The human cost of resistance in Belarus. Activists and academics working within and outside Belarus have been trying to attract international attention to the people's resistance both to the harshest dictatorship in Europe. I will convey to you today's important developments. And I'll look into what might be on the map. If you want the war to end, I would appreciate it if you like the video and comment. Don't hold back your support and let's show our stance, as well as to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and its use of Belarus as an ally. Indeed, some Belarusian activists have reportedly been blowing up railways to prevent Russian tanks and equipment from getting to Ukraine, yet, when caught they now face the death penalty in Belarus. Hanna Lyubikova, a Belarusian associated member of the Atlantic Council, journalist and media trainer, posted on November 1, 2022, a Twitter thread about the most recent and most shocking cases of political prisoners in Belarus. She reminds that the resistance never stopped, and that Belarusians protest Russia's invasion of Ukraine as much as they can. Those brave people face lengthy jail sentences or the even death penalty for what they are brave enough to do. Here is Lyubikova's thread. Let's go through the facts. Small Diamond Vital Melnik is a railway partisan who was shot in his knees. Now he has been charged with terrorism, insulting Lukashenko, and illegal acquisition of weapons. The case was referred to the court. Those cases are a stark reminder that Belarusian resistance to their own government, and to the war in Ukraine, is active and continues. The focus on Ukraine has indeed in certain cases diverted attention from Belarus, as Almut Rakovansky, an expert on post-Soviet civil society, told Global Voices in an interview. For my Belarus contacts, as far as they're concerned, their uprising is still ongoing, their revolution is still ongoing. Lukashenko is an illegitimate president for them. But then I recently attended a session with European foreign policy experts. And the way they see it, the uprising is over, and it failed. There are also reported cases of Belarusians facing discrimination because of their citizenship and the assumption that they might support Lukashenko or the war in Ukraine. But the stories Lyubikova describes demonstrate the courage of activists and ordinary people who are still resisting Lukashenko's regime in Belarus. Repression continues on a daily basis and the world should not forget about them. The 21-year-old Ukrainian CEO running a global tech firm in war-torn Ukrainian Pavel Selukho is not your typical CEO. A 21-year-old college dropout, he is running his tech company Merge in the middle of both a war and global financial crisis. Despite all the challenges, Selukho says business is continuing to grow. Last year, Merge generated almost $1 million in revenue. This year, it aims to reach $2 million. These figures may not be much compared to large tech firms, but for Selukho's team of 55 people, they're a reason to celebrate. Merge programs and designs mobile apps, websites, landing pages, and dashboards for more than 40 clients, mostly in the US. Among them is American startup Invisibly, backed by Facebook's first investor Peter Thiel, and Australian fintech startup Blockearner, backed by crypto giant Coinbase. Russia's war has had almost no effect on the young tech firm's business, Selukho said, whose employees had worked remotely and targeted international markets since the company's inception. And while Selukho may appear to be an atypical case to foreigners, his trajectory is rather common in Ukraine. Some local startups are founded by undergrads who either try to start making money, to get out of their parents' nest or provide for themselves as their families struggle to do so, or simply want to launch their careers early on. The IT sector is one of the most lucrative industries for young Ukrainian entrepreneurs. They can learn the basics by watching tutorials on YouTube and then work as freelancers for small US tech firms, as Selukho did. The brand of Ukrainian developers is strong around the world, creating innovative products that compete with European and American companies, albeit with a lower price tag for foreign customers, Selukho said. While in school, Selukho started making money on YouTube, creating videos about mobile applications. At 14, he learned web design and worked as a freelancer. At just 16, he had landed his first full-time job at a New York-based startup. All I did after school was work, he said. I'm happy that I found what I love to do early on. I experienced what it means to be in the state of flow, when you don't think about food, time, or sleep. I got a real kick out of it. He moved to Kyiv for university from his native small provincial town, but quickly dropped out to pursue his own venture, founding Merge when he was 18. At its outset, the company had only 2 employees, but with each year the team grew twofold. As a Ukrainian, you have to grow up early, according to Seluko. We understand that if we do not achieve something ourselves, no one will help us. Most of Merge's employees are older than their CEO. The average age at the company is 26 to 27. But Seluko doesn't mind. I built a company culture where we are all equal and respect each other, he said. In Seluko's opinion, next-generation companies should cultivate their employees' sense of ownership of the business. One of the ways to do it is offering contracts to exchange a share in the business for money in the future. Merge is on track to implement this, Seluko said. Hanging above Seluko's sit-stand desk an iconic Herman Miller errand chair, a visible upgrade from the small cluttered wooden table he said he used to work at, is a photo of Merge's team. It reminds me of my main responsibility as an entrepreneur and gives me motivation. Seluko calls his company a business of the Zoom era. Everyone works remotely, values work-life balance, and takes care of their mental health. Merge employees have 20 paid vacation days and 10 sick days per year. Every quarter, each employee receives $200 for expenses related to physical and mental health, to visit a gym, see doctors and psychologists, and pay for sports equipment and meditation courses. In a young company, everyone is passionately curious and bold, according to Seluko. This helps to grow the business and make quick decisions even in difficult times, like during a war. Merge didn't have an emergency plan in case of a full-scale Russian invasion. A few weeks before it began, Seluko offered to help his team with evacuation, but no one took him up on the offer, as the possibility of an all-out war was unthinkable to most at the time. The company resumed work in total capacity a week after February 24. Most people remained in Ukraine, while some moved to other European countries. Unlike many large Ukrainian tech firms that have lost customers, cut salaries, and had to lay off staff during the war, Merge has continued to operate as usual and has even hired new people. By the end of 2022, the company is hoping to expand the team from 50 to 70 employees. Some big startups were initially worried about how the war would affect the company's ability to operate, but they've stayed with Merge, according to Seluko. To help Ukrainians who lost their jobs due to the invasion, Merge launched online courses to teach people coding and design. We won't be making money from the courses anytime soon, according to Seluko. But to share our knowledge and expertise is another good thing the Merge team can do to support our homeland. Working in Ukraine has always been a challenge for Ukrainian tech businesses. Most of them are registered in the US and do business there because the Ukrainian market is too small and lacks the proper regulation. Seluko thinks that this will change in the future. As for now, Ukraine's main advantage is hardworking, intelligent, and talented people, he said. That's why I'm not going anywhere. Ukrainians say nuclear plant again cut off from grid after Russian shelling. Thank you for listening. I will keep you informed of the hottest developments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.